From the Health Science Desk of the Boston Globe, I'm Stephen Smith, and this is Be Well, Boston. Once they were trumpeted as the fountain of youth in a pill. Hormone replacement medications promise to relieve the symptoms of menopause and make women feel younger and their skin smoother. But a series of reports 9 years ago rocked those beliefs, with research suggesting that prolonged use of a combination of hormone medications might well do more harm than good. Now, a new study has come out that at first blush seems to muddy matters. So let's start by talking about what those studies from 2002 showed us about the combination of two drugs, estrogen and progestin.
So the Women's Health Initiative was a study done that in the early 2000s, and the results looked at women who were menopausal and looked at how they did, and the initial fountain of youth claims was found not to be so clear. The concerns were that there were those women who were on those combination hormone meds were found to have increased risk of both cardiovascular events, of stroke, heart attack, blood clots, as well as an increased risk of breast cancer. And that was what was concerning to many women who were on these medications.
So we fast forward 9 years, a study comes out recently, but it's a very different study, right?
So the more recent study looked at women who were evaluated who had menopause but were started on medication at an earlier time frame, so in their 50s. So while the Women's Health Initiative study looked at women who on average were somewhere between 50 and 75, these women who were evaluated more recently were put on hormone replacement therapy at an earlier age range in the more closely menopausal time frame. And the findings on the more recent analyses show that women who were put on hormone replacement, both estrogen alone, those would be women who've had a hysterectomy, and estrogen and progesterone, that they don't have the higher incidence or cardiovascular badness as the women who had it, who were started on medications later on. But certainly for women who have hot flashes and what's called vasomotor symptoms, poor sleep, poor mood, there is definitely benefit for them. Estrogens and estrogen and progesterone in women who have a uterus certainly prevent and take care of those symptoms and are useful for those women who are really disabled by them. In terms of preventing heart disease risk, so preventing heart attack, strokes, the women who are in the 50 to 59-year-old range and who are recently going through menopause, there may be some benefit. It's unclear how long, probably less than 5 years is the time frame in which to take them, but they're not so, I think we overdid it with the negative publicity about hormone replacement.
Dr. Raj Krishnamurthy, thanks. Next week, we'll take a look at other measures women might consider rather than medication to deal with menopause. For continuing health news, stay with boston.com/health and the Daily Dose blog at boston.com/dailydose.